think we're getting these two words mixed up as a society. Personal versus personalized.
I'll make my own decisions. What a stupid thing to say. Lord, I need you every day.
The planet secret.
We have grown so accustomed to personalizing everything. You know, yeah, could I get a large cold brew with a shot of espresso? Throw a little splash of heavy whipping cream in it, but don't stir it because I kind of like to swirl it myself. Talk about a spoiled cup of coffee. Personalized technology, social platforms have kind of ruined us. This is what the Oxford Languages definition of personalize is. Design or produce something to meet someone's individual requirements. Similar, customize, and individualize. Give a touch to make distinct or mate order. Here's another one. Cause something, especially an issue, argument, or debate, to become concerned with personalities or feelings rather than with general or abstract matters. Personalization is everywhere nowadays. Everything seems to be customized to our preferences. Could it be that we are trying to personalize God instead of allowing him to be a personal God? Oxford Languages says this about the definition of personal. Existing as a self-aware entity, not as an abstraction or an impersonal force. And since they brought it up, let's look and see what impersonal means. Not influenced by showing or involving personal feelings, like the impersonal march of progress. Similar words. Neutral, unbiased, nonpartisan, non-discriminatory, unprejudiced, unswayed, objective, detached, disinterested, aloof, distant, remote, reserved, withdrawn, unemotional, unfeeling, unsentimental, passionless, cold, frigid, unresponsive, indifferent, unconcerned, formal, stiff, rigid, wooden, starchy, restrained, or standoffish. Now remember, I just named a bunch of stuff that is the opposite of personal. It kind of gives us a little insight to what personal means. Opposite of biased, warm, emotional, or personal. As a definition, impersonal is of a place or organization, large, featureless, and anonymous. Here's another one. Not existing as a person, having no personality. Here's an example. He gradually came to believe in an impersonal God. So now that we know the opposite of personal, it kind of gives us a little insight to what personal actually means. There is a question asked in the Synoptic Gospels. That's Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The question is, who do you say Jesus is? I think we're confusing this question with, who is God to you? There's a difference. Did you catch it? Let's pick it apart a little bit. I hear Christians say this all the time. Well, to me, God is my healer, the lover of my soul, my best friend, my restorer. He's my comforter. Now, let's look at Matthew 16. Let's start in verse 13. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Did you catch that? Did you hear the difference in the question? Jesus didn't ask how he made them feel. He asked if people realized that he was the long-awaited Messiah, the Holy One. Did you notice that when we twist that question, the focus is on my best friend, my healer. He's my comforter. He's my restorer. He's the lover of my soul. Are we so focused on the my that we're completely missing his deity? God repeatedly says, "I am the Lord your God." Personal. Your personal God. He says it over and over. He says it here. And he says it here. And here. Oh, and here. Oh, and here. And so many times in the Bible that I couldn't even record them all. I would have just been sitting here all day going, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Seriously. Go and do a little study on that for yourself, and you'll see what kind of a personal God he is. So I have a personal relationship with my mom, but it's not tailored to my needs or my wishes or my wants. I annoy her, and she annoys me sometimes. Relationships can never be personalized, no matter how hard we try. That would be forced. It would be nothing but a lie. This is our personal God. John 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was nothing made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all may believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world did not know him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And we have seen his glory, glory as the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness about him and cried out, "This was he of whom I said, 'He who comes after me ranks before me because he was before me.' For from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the only God who is at the Father's side. He has made him known."
We were made to love.
And once again, thank you for joining me here today, and hit the subscribe button and click the bell. And don't forget to hit the like button. Blessings.
We know this is why we're here. This is why he gave us life. So let his love shine through in everything we do. It's all for love.